Beautiful Jellyfish, it's Tracy. Thank you so much for taking a little bit of time today to hang out with me. I really appreciate it. I have a pretty large stack of magic cards to show you guys today in this haul. This is the amount of cards that I have to show you that's just for Reen alone. And this is the stack of cards that I have to show you guys for Riku. And that's not even everything. So we're just going to jump into it. The first card I want to talk about is, I actually got this in a trade yesterday. That is a foil Dreadbore. I don't actually have something that I'm intending to put this in currently. But I just wanted to pick it up because it was foil and it was pretty, and I just needed to like add money to a trade, so that was really cool. So this is just sitting right now, and check out this really sick sleeve. How cool is that? I don't know what this is. It's like I got a really interesting texture to it, but okay. Now let's hop into it. So, okay, I have one card for Omnath, and that is Dryad of the Elysian Grove, and I have been wanting this card for a really long time, but I've just never picked it up, and I actually have another one to show you guys in a little bit, but the funny story was actually I had put this on my wish list for Riku, and I had also wanted it for Omnath, but I forgot to put it on my wish list for Omnath, and Paul had bought it for me for our anniversary, and then I was like, oh yeah, I bought myself one, and he's like, no, and I was like, no, I need it too. It was perfect. So this card is so incredibly awesome. I really wanted to get it, and it's only 3 mana, which is awesome. So this card is great. I got that. That's the only card for Omnath. Omnath is kind of at the point where it's like everything he needs is expensive. You know what I mean? So okay, a couple of cards for Merfolk. I don't like really prioritize Merfolk. It's not like one of the top decks that I play, but I played it the other day and it was like, this deck is so good. The first card I got is a foil Essence Capture. I think this card is pretty cool. It is only creature spell, but I like that it puts a plus counter on something. And I also got a Roaring Earth, which I don't really use this second ability at all, but it's when a land ETBs, you put a plus one counter on target creature. I don't do the vehicles. This is just a thing. It's very similar to this card, which is Retreats, which this card's been out for a really long time, but I honestly have just never thought to run this card in Merfolk. I honestly don't know why, but this card is really good. So I'm mainly using it for the plus one thing is because that's what Merfolk does. And then I also got a Talisman of Curiosity foil. If I don't specify, everything's in foil for the most part, unless it's not. And then I got the Sylvian of Sea and Sky. This is the Howard Lyon art. I actually really liked this one and the Seb McKinnon art. They're like two of my favorite artists, and I really couldn't decide, but this is the one that I ended up picking up. But I really, really like this card. So yeah, got that. I actually was really excited because I had gotten the regular card, I think in like a trade or something, or maybe I opened, I don't even know. But I was so happy that I got this finally in foil, which is really exciting. So okay, let's jump into Mugus. So I had gotten a couple cards for Mugus, which was really exciting. The first one is my personal favorite art, which is the Dark Ascension Evolving Wilds, which I absolutely love. So I got that, and I feel like it just fits the vibes of Mugus really well, but honestly, I run this art and everything because it's my favorite. And then I also got a Talisman of Indulgence because I've been really loving the Talisman cards, as you can see. And then I got a foil Cathartic Reunion, which is really awesome. So I really like this card. And the nice thing too about Mugus is you don't really care as much about discarding cards because you have a little bit of recursion, so you've got a couple ways of getting things back. So that is that deck. Okay, let's jump into Ladies. So Ladies has a couple of different things. First, I forgot this foil Bojuka Bug. I don't remember getting this like at all. Like, do you guys just ever like get cards and you're like, how did I get this? I don't recall getting this at all, but I have Bojuka Bug. I run this card in like all my commander decks. It's like it's one of my staples. And then I also got a foil Supreme Verdict. I believe this is a buy a box promo, which I love like the colors of this. I think it's really pretty. And I also picked up a foil Elvish Piper, which it was so funny because we were playing Commander and Paul had played his Elvish Piper, and I was like, this card is just absolutely ridiculous. It's so good. So I got this one, and this is like my favorite art, Rebecca Bly. Love, love, love. Okay, so Tassiger is fully foiled, but I got two different cards. Okay, the first one is this Regrowth art because I love this art more, and I don't always do this. Like, if another art comes out, I don't always go out of my way to get it, but I just really love this art, and some of these Strixhaven archives, like whatever these are called, are literally just absolutely stunning, and I couldn't pass up on this. I already had it, but like I said, I needed this art, and it's really pretty. I actually think I got another one too. It was funny because I had purchased one because they're like a buck foil. So if you want one, get on it. But I had actually traded for it, and I was like, oh, but then I put it in something else too. So I was like, okay, let me just get this one for Tasker, you know? And then this is like one of the most exciting cards I got in this haul. I got one of the Pain Lands, and this is Llanowar Wastes, and I got this one, and it's signed, which is really cool, by Rob Alexander, which is really awesome. So I got this in a trade, and it was just like I just saw it and I was like, I just need this. You know what I mean? So I'm really hyped about this. And I don't know, 10th edition foils, man, just get me. I love 10th edition foils. So, okay. Let's save that for later because that's really exciting. Let's dive into Alila. So, I had never picked up Time Wipe when this card had came out, but I really like this card a lot because it's you bounce a creature to your hand, so you bounce like Alila basically, and then you destroy all other creatures, which is really cool. So I really like this card a lot, and I am really excited. I got this in a trade, I'm pretty sure, and then I was like, I've never run this card, so sometimes I just forget about cards, you know, and I saw it when I trade, and I was like, let me pick it up. So I got that. I also got, which I don't know why, but I never got an Orgul's Bloodfast for Alila, and I wanted to work on the draw in that deck because I wanted a couple more things, and this is one card that I got specifically for the deck. A lot of the other cards that I put in recently changed, so Alila actually has quite a few changes that I made to the deck. So I got that, and then I also got another one of the Talisman cards. This is one of the Talisman of Hierarchy. And then I got a foil Cyclonic Glyph, which is really exciting. Paul got me this as one of my anniversary gifts, which is really exciting. So got that. We now have a spare Cyclonic Glyph, which is really exciting. So love that. And then the last card I got is a Mox Amber. And again, this was like in a trade, and I was just like, you know what? This seems really cool. I was contemplating on where to put it, but I feel like Alila makes a lot of sense because, you know, putting it out at the early game, you know, putting it out at like later in the game where you get a token, it's just kind of a win-win. So I'm really excited that I own that card. So yeah, that's that. Okay, let's talk about Zombies now. Zombies got a couple of new things. The first thing I got is, for some reason, I feel like I showed this last time. I don't remember, but I don't think I did. I feel like I picked this up pretty recently, but that is Headless Rider, which is a really, really cool card. I love the foil. Like, I love this, like, purple. I just think that's so pretty. It's, like, very, very pretty art. But this card is really, really awesome. So, very excited about that. I also, again, picked this up in a trade. I didn't have a Phyrexian Reclamation in here. I don't know what happened. I just kind of dropped the ball, and I didn't have an extra one. So, I'm happy I picked that up in a trade. Then I got the foil etched Cabal Coffers. The etched is not my personal favorite foiling, and I just really wanted a Cabal Coffers, and the difference between this in cost and like another, I don't remember exactly. It was like $20 of a difference. So it's just, I'm not a huge fan of the etched. Like, it's just, it's not very foily. You know what I mean? Like, it's actually really, it's not even picking it up on camera, but even in person, it doesn't really pick up very well. So yeah, I'm just not like a huge fan. I just really wanted it, and I kind of just got it. I'm kind of wishing that I saved, and I just didn't. I just saved up for like the better one, because yeah. So got that. I also got a foil Sign in Blood, and I actually really like this art. Honestly, I just really like it because, like, the letters, I don't know if you're going to be able to see on camera. Yeah, look at that. The letters are foil. I just think it's so cool in the ring. I don't know. There's something about this foiling, just this art foiling. It just makes me really happy. So I picked that up. I wanted a couple of more card draw engines in there, so I was happy to pick that up. And then this is, I want to say, kind of a newer card. It's called Fell Stinger, and I think this is really cool. It's when it exploits, target player, which would be myself, draws 2 cards and loses 2 life. And I really wanted more draw engines in Zombies. I've been kind of working on getting a lot more mana rocks, my mana beast, and draw cards. I've been really working on drawing cards and making sure all my decks have a variety of ways to draw cards, and this is one of the cards that is going to help me do it. And I like it because with Mikaeus, if it dies, you can just get it back, exploit something else. You know what I mean? It's a whole win-win. I love it. Okay, the next card I got is, again, another newer card to me, and that is Archghoul of Thraben. So, when this or another zombie you control dies, look at the top card of your library. If it's a zombie, you may reveal it and put it into your hand. If you don't put that card into your hand, you may put it into your graveyard. I really like the options in this card because let's just say I want to leave it on top. I can leave it on top. If I want to put it in the graveyard, I can put it in the graveyard. I can kind of do different things with it, which I like. I don't like the cards like this where it's like, oh, if it's not a creature card, put it on the bottom of your library. Like, it's a has to happen. I don't like cards like that because if it's like, I'm really looking for something specific, like a board wipe or a tutor or something like that, and I have to put it in the bottom of my library, I get really irritated. So I don't run cards like that. So this kind of gets it away with it. And it's only 3 mana, which is really cool. Like the same thing with this one too, is I was like, oh, they're both 3 mana, which is really nice. So those were like the 2 new zombies that I got, which I was really excited for. And also got this in a tree, which was another foil Grim Tutor, which is really, really, really exciting. I didn't have this card in there, but I'm really happy that I got this one. And this is like, I kind of feel similarly to how I feel about Sign in Blood, but like, I don't know, something about like the red foil. Oh my god, that's so pretty. So okay, let's jump next into talking about Teysa. So first up, I got a foil Solemn Simulacrum. This is my personal favorite art, the M12 art. This is the only foil of this art, and it's my favorite. So what's your favorite Solemn Simulacrum art? Let me know in a comment below. Then I got a foil Thematic Compass, which was, again, another anniversary gift that Paul got for me, and this card is really cool. I like it as well because even if you don't need lands at that point, you literally, it flips, and then you have a Mazavith. But it taps, which is really cool. So really, really like this card a lot. And then I have a D-Spark. I like this removal card. I love how it's exile. Then I got a foil Debt to the Debtless, which is really nice. Another talisman, I got a foil Talisman of Hierarchy. I got a foil Hunted Witness, which this is kind of the point of the deck, is like cards like this. It dies, you get a token, basic. Not a whole lot to say. And the last one I got is, love this, and this is a foil beautiful Vindicate. I absolutely love this art. I think it's absolutely stunning. Love this. So that is that. Okay. All right, now let's jump into talking about why cannot I think of the word of the stack? Reen. Okay, Reen's got, like I said, she's got a thick stack. Okay, so first off, I have a foil Mina and Den. This is the timestamped, and funny story, I had actually had, I want to say a foil, but I think it was in a different language, and I always forgot what this card does, and so I just, because there's like a lot of different abilities on it, and I forgot, so I picked that up. I got a foil Kodama's Reach. Just got this in a trade. I got a foil Gavity Township, which is really exciting. I got a Balefire Liege, which is really nice. I really like this. I really like a lot of the lieges, but this one's probably one of my favorites because other red creatures and other red creatures got +1/+1. So if it's both, it gets +2/+2, which is really nice. And then whenever you play a red spell, it deals 3 damage to target player. And whenever you play wait till you gain 3 life. I don't really have that much life gain in this deck, so I thought this was a really cool option to run in this deck. So like that. I also got a foil Cultivate. This is probably my second favorite Cultivate art, but I don't know. I just, for some reason, sometimes I change up arts depending on the decks. Like sometimes I do old borders in certain decks, like Zombies has a lot of like the old school old borders. I think this one comes in an old border, and I feel like it would fit a lot better in the theme, but I'm happy that I have this because I didn't have this card in the deck. You know what I mean? But anyways, so yeah, I do like this art a lot. Okay, then I got a foil Sylvan Scrying. I got a Wrath of God, which, by the way, and I don't know how well this is going to be showing up on camera, and I don't know if other cards are like this, but you can see like the clear circle, right? But it's like the whole thing. It's kind of hard to see, like it's kind of faint, which is actually really cool. I don't know if it's like a misprint or maybe that's just the way that the card is, but I think it's really cool. And I just love when it's like a sheet of foil. I think it's so pretty. So I got that. I also got a foil Naya Panorama. I got Torrens Fist of Angels, which I just talked about this in a video. This card's really cool. And then I have a bunch of new cards from New Capenna. And so the first one is Cabaret Courtyard. I played with these a bunch last night when I was playing, and I really like them. They enter and then they immediately get sacrificed, which is really cool. So if you need things that like give you multiple land triggers, that gives you that, which is really nice. It does say basic, so that's just something to note, but you gain a life and enters the battlefield tap. So I don't know. I think that these are really cool, and I like it for like getting the tri-lands because, you know, colors and stuff. Then I also got Rocco, and this one's really cool because it tutors for something which I think is really nice. And yeah, I really like it. A lot of really good targets for that card. Then I got Cabaret Ascendancy, and kind of like what I was saying earlier with that zombie card, I like that this says, look at the top card library. If it's a creature or planeswalker, you may reveal it. If you don't put that card into your hand, you may put it at the bottom of your library, but I can keep it there, which I really like. If not, it's basically just like I just get to draw a card, which is really nice. So I really like this card a lot. Then this card is absolutely a house. And that is Jetmer, Nexus of Rebels. Again, played with this last night and it was so incredibly impressive. Creatures you control possible +1 out and you have vigilance if you have 3 or more creatures. This does count, so you only need this and 2 other creatures, which is so easy to do. But then if you have 6, if you have 6, it gets another +1 out and has trample, and then it gets another +1 out and double strike, which is so incredibly cool. I did not get the last ability off last night, which is kind of why too I wanted to put in like a card like this. And I have like another one too that gets me tokens, because I kind of wanted, like, you know, I might have like my board might look something like, you know what I mean? Like my board might look something like this, right? And then it's like, and then I have Reen and then I only have 5. You know what I mean? So I kind of wanted things that would like get me tokens. So this card is really good. And the last card, this one's not from New Capenna, but I picked up a Judge Promo Sneak Attack because this card in Reen is absolutely ridiculous. And you might be thinking to yourself, oh, Tracy, why would you want to sacrifice it? That seems a little silly. You sacrifice, but Reen's ability says that it goes back to your hand. So you pay 1 red mana to get this card onto the field, and you sacrifice it at the beginning of your of the next end step. But with Reen, it goes back to your hand. This card is absolutely ridiculous in Reen. If you're building Reen, you definitely need this card, and it's definitely worth the money. Very good card. This is not a like, oh, you need this in every single one of your red decks, but in Reen, it's ridiculous. So that's really fun. Okay, let's talk about Angels. So kind of like what I was saying earlier, I've been working on my draw in my different commander decks. And so basically I went on kind of like a hunt and I got a bunch of different things that were able to get me draw. So I got 4 new cards for Angels, which is really cool. So it's got a bunch of new tweaks. The first one is Endless Atlas. I got the chance to play with this card last night and I'm really impressed. It's if you control 3 or more lands with the same name, you get to draw a card, which is really cool. Pretty much it's very easy to do because you have, you know, planes, it's mono white, it's very cool. I really like this card in mono color decks. If you have like a bunch of basics, it works really well. The next card I got is Cosmos Elixir. These other ones I did not get a chance to play with so far, so I can't really comment on them, but this card is at the beginning of your end step. Draw a card if your life total is greater than your starting, otherwise you gain 2 life. I like that it's kind of like a one or the other sort of thing, so this card seems pretty cool. I like it. Then I have Sigarda's Splendor, which is, it's kind of like a weird like wording. I feel like they could have cleaned up the wording in this a little bit because it's kind of a lot, but you know your life total. At the beginning of your upkeep, you draw a card if your life total is greater than or equal to the last noted life total, and then when you cast a white spell, you gain life, which is really, really cool. So I really like this card. And the last one I got is Thorough Investigation, which is really cool. When you attack, you get to investigate. So for any other cards that you're like, oh, you need this card draw element in like mono white, please let me know. I'd be really interested to hear. I have like a couple other things. I have like Mind's Eye and I have a couple others, but okay, cool. Another couple cards I got. The first one is Righteous Valkyrie, and this card is so cool. I was sleeping on this card for a little bit and I finally picked it up, but it is really, really cool. I like that it's only 3 mana. And yeah, really like that card a lot. I also got a foil Sword of the Animus, another one of the cards that Paul got me for our anniversary, which is really, really awesome. The next card I got foil is Explorer Scope. I feel like I got this card for something else, and then I ended up putting it in Angels. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't actually know, but this card is really cool. I kind of just wanted a couple ways to get lands. So this does it, and it's very like cheap. Like it's 1 and then it's 1 to equip. So love that. The next card I got is Starnheim Aspirant. This card is really, really important in Angel Tribal because they cost me 2 less. That means Avacyn cost me 6 the first time I cast her, which is really awesome. So this card's great. Wish it came in foil. It doesn't. And the last card I got is a foil Gidia, Font of Hope, which is absolutely, absolutely incredible. This card is awesome. So I love that it has the little effect too, and they get possible counters. It's just so incredibly nice. So yeah. All right, the last thing is our thick stack of cards for Riku. Like I said, this is kind of the year of Riku. Okay, first off, I got a foil Leyline Anticipation. Yeah, I really wanted to get that. And actually, really similarly, I also got this last night, which was really exciting in a trade. I got a Vidalcanori, which is really, really, really exciting. So very hyped about that. Very similar, but I like having both. I like having Flash, you know what I mean? Okay, I got a foil Solemn Simulacrum. I think I just bought 2 at the same time, so needed a foil one in there. Next up, I got a foil Dig Through Time. This is the older border, And I just think it looks really, really awesome. So I really love this card a lot. So I got that. And then I got 2 of the signets. Now, you know, we were just talking about the foil etch cards, and these look a lot better to me. I don't know what it is. These are from the Secret Lair, and I don't know what it was, but for some reason I was like, I just feel like it fits the older border in Riku. I don't know. But I don't have the Is It one. I need to get that one, the signet. So I really, really, really like that. And very similarly to that is I got the talisman cards. So that's very exciting. This card I played with last night, and this card is absolutely ridiculous in Riku, and that is Harmonic Prodigy. Basically, it says that whenever you copy something with Riku, it copies an additional time. So basically, what I was doing last night is I had, well, let me just give you an example, is, because I did something very similar last night, is I would cast Dig Through Time, right? I would copy it for 2 mana with Riku. So let's just say I paid 2 mana for Dig Through Time, and then I paid 2 mana to activate Riku's ability. Then this made it trigger another time. So I get to Dig Through Time 3 times. Last night I got to Treasure Cruise 3 times, and I got to Ponder 3 times. It was absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, so that was really, really, really insane. Getting to draw 9 cards in one turn was really satisfying. So this card is absolutely ridiculous. Very good. I also got a foil spellbook because, as we just stated, we draw a lot of cards in this deck, so I got that. I got one of my favorite counterspell arts, which is, this is the, I don't know, Japanese one. I don't remember what this is from, but yeah, I love this art. This card is also very incredible, and this card is actually pretty similar to this one in that it's like whenever you copy an instant or sorcery that causes a triggered ability, it triggers an additional time. It's got Magecraft, which isn't like super important. You might just punch someone with this card, but your kind of whole point is like it's just another thing to trigger, and it's only 3 mana. And this card's also 2 mana. Like, it's so good. I picked up Jin-Gitaxias, which is one of the most expensive mana-wise things in the deck, because a lot of things in the deck, and like really even just kind of what I showed you, I mean, Dig is like 2 mana, like you know, that doesn't count, you know what I mean? It's like a lot of it is pretty cheap stuff, you know what I mean, like in terms of mana cost, and this is definitely one of the bigger things that's up there, but I honestly don't really care because whenever you cast an artifact, instant or sorcery, you copy it and you may choose new targets, and whenever an opponent casts an artifact, instant or sorcery, you counter it, and it only triggers one each turn, but it doesn't really matter, which can really slow your opponents down. I've yet to play with it, like I've drawn it, but I've never cast it, so we're still waiting. It's a great card. I also got a Rattleclaw Mystic because I just wanted something that would get me a little bit of mana acceleration. I was really excited that I traded for a Brawl last night because I've wanted a Brawl for a really long time, and I was really excited to finally do that. I have a ton of instants and sorceries, and then if a spell or ability you control counters a spell, you may draw a card. If you discard, I don't have like that much counter magic in Riku, like maybe not as much as you might think. The main thing of the deck is like copying stuff and like, because, like, the thing with Riku is, like, countering, like, copying counter spells, like, where it might be helpful, it just might not be. So I think I only have, like, 2 or 3 counter spells in the deck. I really don't have anything wild. So that is not necessarily as relevant, but it's just the fact that they cost 1 less, which is really nice. So really like this card. Very, very good. I also got a foil Goblin Electromancer, which, very, very, very similar little situation going on here. So very good. And then I mentioned this card earlier, but I got the Dryad of the Illicen Grove. 1 Paul got me and 1 I bought for myself. And the last card is, like I was telling you guys earlier, I got the foil Regrowth, the one from Strixhaven Mystical Archives. So yeah, guys, that is everything I have picked up recently. Wow, this was a very large haul. I've been postponing this and been meaning to do it because I've just had so much stuff to show you guys. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and I'll catch you guys in my next one. Bye!